love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't turning back, I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you go.
Hello, everybody. Good to see y'all. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much, Miss Julie. You didn't have to do that, but thank you so much, love. Thank you so much, honey. All right, let me go in here and say, okay. All right, darling. All right, sweetheart. IDGAF. Hello, Gina. Good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. IDGAF. There we go. Yes, smash the like. Hello, Sarah. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Mary Jane. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing good. Shar. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. Miss Julie. How are you doing, Miss Gina? Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing good. All right, so tonight is one of the topics. We won't be on here for not very long, maybe an hour or something like that. I try not to make them too long, but I definitely think it's very important what we go over topic-wise regarding like mental health, well-being, stuff like that. So, hey, girl, you're good. Oh, hello, Rose Petals. So good to see you, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well, honey. Yes. Yes, Miss Julie. Woot woot. Yes. Trump train. So good to see you, Miss Rose Petal. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for coming in here to support. Yes, it has been a while. And I said, I hope you're doing well. Hello, Kiki. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. All right, so I thought this was a very useful live because a lot of people deal with this. I mean, a lot of people do. Hello, Tigus. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I apologize if I'm not. It says we all have daily stresses. We are all struggling with something. We are all human. So we are going to be going over living with daily stressors and ways to cope. Hashtag mental health, well-being, stressors, stress, anxiety, depression, support, awareness, human community life, and stress less. I know we all deal with some kind of stress, some more than others. And sometimes the stress really gets to you more than other times. So I just think it's very important. This is regarding life. It can regard mental health. It can regard well-being. I mean, just us being as human beings, we can't help but stress sometimes. And it's hard not to stress about certain situations. So I'm going to cover this. I think this is very important information. This regards everybody, not just people that have mental health. This regards every person. So hopefully this information we cover tonight will be able to help somebody along the way or get the help they need, or, just any advice that we go over tonight might be able to help them, stress a little bit less or whatever. This is just to help you guys. If y'all haven't smashed a like, please do so. Like, share, and subscribe. I truly appreciate you guys being in here. All right, this is from Psychology Today, which we cover a lot. It says stress, how stress impacts daily life and what we can do about it. Stress, anxiety, and overwhelm disrupt our daily lives, but we can find balance. This was actually on April 21st, 2024, so this is very recent information, guys. It says an honest assessment can help us identify places where our daily lives are negatively impacted by stress. How we function on a daily basis provides valuable insight into how we are handling stress and anxiety. Envisioning what ideal daily functioning would look like can help us formulate a plan for stress reduction. Hello, Rift. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Anxiety and stress are disruptors. They get in the way of our ability to live our lives and to successfully fulfill our daily obligations and responsibilities. Worse, they take us out of the present moments of joy, contentment, and peace and replace them with future thoughts, suspicions, and inaccurate conclusions. Hello, not crazy. So good to see you, sweetheart. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well, honey. Absolutely, Rift. Trump train. Whoop, whoop. When we overcome with worry, our minds attach to what if rather than to what is. This type of thinking serves to distract us, disturb our daily lives, and rob us of a sense of stability and equilibrium. In psychological terms, daily functioning and activities of daily living are essential, the things we would ideally and healthily be able to accomplish on a daily basis. When we are unimpeded by worry, stress, or overwhelm. However, when stress and worry get in the way, we can find it difficult to complete even the most necessary and basic task. This is due to not to laziness or lack of accountability, but rather to the feeling of paralysis and fatigue that can come with overwhelming worry and stress. Some areas of daily functioning that can be negatively affected by anxiety, which is kind of goes hand in hand with stress, can be affected. These items can be affected with um, anxiety, negativity, and stress. Personal hygiene and self care, fulfillment of work duties and obligations, fulfillment of family, parenting, caregiving duties, attention to financial responsibilities, household obligations, attention to physical well being, health, exercise, sleep, and diet, ability to engage in pleasurable activities, hobbies, interests, rest, and relaxation. Hello, Giselle. Welcome. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Aw, thank you so much, Miss Julie. You didn't have to do that, darling. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much, honey. It means a lot. When any of all these areas of daily living are impacted by anxiety, we narrow our lives and experiences and, in a sense, live incompletely as certain elements of our daily lives fall by the wayside. We focus inordinately on our worries, which obscures these other important parts of our lives. Yeah, I absolutely hate anxiety too, honey. It's terrible. This begs the question of what we can do when we recognize that our daily functioning is being negatively affected by worry and anxiety. Honestly, assess what is happening in our lives: work, family, personal relationships, physical health, financial strain, etc. Paying attention to the specific elements that are causing us to stress and worry is an integral step in formulating a plan for reducing the negative impact of overwhelm. Hello, Undercover Mermaid. So good to see you, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well and your girls are doing well. Good to see you, honey. Envision what restored daily functioning might look like. Think about how we would like our lives to look if we were at optimal functioning. Perhaps this means we would have time to spend with our families, to exercise and engage in personal interests, and to leave work at the door. When we leave the office, having a sense of what restored functioning would look like can help us to think pragmatically about how to implement positive changes. Identify areas where we need support. If, for instance, we are struggling with how many hours we are working, we may consider using a personal day, speaking to a supervisor, or thinking about how to implement stronger boundaries with our jobs. When we look honestly at how much time and energy are devoted to different areas of our lives, we can acknowledge where help is needed. Implement a plan for stress reduction. I know that's easier said than done, but we can at least try, right? He's doing a little bit better, honey. That one hand's still giving him a fit, but he's doing a little bit better. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Like I said, implement a plan for stress reduction. As a new therapist, I routinely saw upwards of 30 clients a week, often seeing 8 or 9 consecutively with an outbreak. I reached a point where I had to make a change as it became clear that this type of schedule wasn't sustainable and was disrupting my daily functioning. My plan started small. We appreciate you too, Rick. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Much love to you all. Began scheduling a break in the middle of the day to eat lunch and take a break. From there, I worked to reduce my caseload for a more manageable number. It was only though at an honest self-assessment of my stress level that I was able to envision how my life could be bettered by making changes to reduce my susceptibility to burnout. When we are able to adequately reduce anxiety, stress, and overwhelm, our daily functioning reaches a level of restoration in which we are able to fulfill obligations, be present in our experiences, and devote time and energy to the things we want to do without undue focus on worries, stressors, or future potentialities. Signs of restored daily functioning might include more time to devote to interests, hobbies, and self care, reduce time focusing on work related worries and anxiety, stronger boundaries with work communication and working after hours, better focus on personal hygiene, physical activity, and physical well being, more balance between work, family, and self, less focus and fixation on future scenarios, what ifs, and more attention to the present moment, what is. I hear that. I definitely hear that. I think that's all on that one. Yeah. Okay. That's what I said. This is not going to be a really massive long. Hello, Summer Thunder. Good to see you, love. It's not going to be a massive long, but I just think it's very important, to cover this stuff. Sorry about the ad, guys. All right. It says stress, coping with life stressors. Stress sometimes gets the better of us. Coping strategies for big stressful life changes or negative situations can help you keep a positive self image in your equilibrium. Hello, Jeffrey. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Why is it important to learn to cope with stress? Coping usually involves adjusting to or tolerating negative events or realities while you keep while you try to keep your positive self-image and emotional equilibrium. Coping occurs in the context of life changes that are perceived to be stressful. Psychological stress is usually associated with negative life changes, such as losing a job or a loved one. However, all changes require some sort of adaptation. Even positive changes, such as getting married or having a child, can be stressful. Changes are stressful because changes require us to adjust and to adapt. Experiencing too many changes within a brief time period often creates the idea that we aren't in control of events. This perception contributes to low self esteem and may even contribute to the development of anxiety or depression. In some cases, physical illness may develop or get worse when a person's capacity to adapt to change is overwhelmed by too much change. That's exactly right, Miss Julie. Or a divorce or a house fire. Hello, Mama Digger. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, honey. Or home invasion. Yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot, Miss Julie. There's a lot. Coping involves adjusting to unusual demands or stressors. This requires giving a greater effort and using greater energy than what's needed in the daily routines of life. Bless your heart, Miss Julie. Bless your heart, honey. Prolonged mobilization of effort can contribute to elevated levels of stress-related hormones and to eventual physical breakdown and illness. You were so happy with divorce. Stressors that require coping may be acute, like moving to a new home or experiencing the onset of marriage problems. Stressors also occur that are of longer duration, such as chronic pain, chronic illness, or long lasting financial problems. The effect of many acute stressors that come within a relatively brief period of time may be cumulative and profound. Those who experience a marital separation, the death of an aging parent, and a change in a job within a brief period of time may struggle to maintain their physical and emotional health. What are some common coping strategies? Now, here's some coping strategies for stress, guys. Some common coping mechanisms may challenge you too. Lower your expectations. Ask others to help or assist you. Take responsibility for the situation. Engaged in problem solving. Maintain emotionally supportive relationships. Maintain emotional composure or alternatively expressing distressing emotions. Challenge previously held beliefs that are no longer adaptive. Directly attempt to change the source of stress. Distance yourself from the source of stress. I know that's easier said than done, guys. You're fine, Jeffrey. Yeah, I love Deb, honey. It just caught me off guard. Make sure you guys smash that like for me. All right, Miss Julie. View the problem through a religious perspective. Experts agree that coping is a process rather than an event. You may alternate between several of the above coping strategies in order to cope with a stressful event. People differ in particular styles of coping or prefer to use certain coping strategies over others. These differences in coping styles usually reflect differences in personality. Rigidity in coping is less likely to help than a flexibility in coping. Being able to fit in the most appropriate coping strategy to the demands of different situations. However, some situations that require coping are likely to bring out similar coping responses from the most people. For example, work related stressors are more likely to elect problem solving strategies. Stressors that are perceived to be challengeable are more likely to elect problem solving strategies, while stressors perceived to be unchangeable are more likely to elect social, support seeking, and emotional focused strategy. What we can do to protect ourselves against stress and enhance our prospects for successful coping. Absolutely, I'm sure, honey. Perhaps the most important strategy is to maintain emotional supportive relationships with others. A vast field of research demonstrates that emotional support buffers individuals against the negative impacts of stress. It's especially important to evaluate your overall lifestyle when encountering significant stress. Engaged in stress reducing activities to help your overall approach to coping with stressors. Try to get enough good quality sleep. I know that's easier said than done, guys, when you got a lot on your mind. Eat a well balanced diet. Exercise on a regular basis. Take brief rest periods during the day to relax. Take vacations away from home and work. That's easier said than done because junk's so damn expensive right now. Engage in pleasurable or fun activities every day. Practice relaxation exercises such as yoga, prayer, meditation, or progressive muscle relaxation. Avoid use of caffeine and alcohol. Well, I gotta have my coffee, so that's it. All right, there's that one, and then we got one more, guys. I told you this was going to be a fairly short live. It's not going to be very long, but we're covering a lot of information, so hopefully it will help you guys. Make sure you guys smash the like if y'all haven't done so. Share, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for being in here. It truly means the world to me. Even if we just do little short things, it truly means the world to me. Stress, coping with everyday problems. Everyone has stress. It's a normal part of life. You can feel stress in your body when you have too much to do or when you haven't slept well. You can also feel stress when you worry about things like your job, money, relationships, or a friend or family member who is ill or in crisis. In response to these strains, your body automatically increases blood pressure, heart rate, respiration, metabolism, and blood flow to your muscles. This response is intended to help your body react quickly and effectively to a high pressure situation. However, when you are constantly reacting to stressful situations without making adjustments to counter the effects, you will feel stress, which can threaten your health and well being. According to the APA Stress in America study, nearly 70% of Americans experience physical and mental symptoms of stress, but only 37% think they are doing very well at managing stress. Tips for reducing or controlling stress. If you're feeling stressed, there are steps you can take to feel better. As you read the following suggestions, remember that conquering stress will not come from a half-hearted effort, nor will it come overnight. It will take determination, persistence, and time. Some suggestions may help immediately, but if your stress level doesn't seem to improve, it may require more attention and or lifestyle changes. Be realistic. If you feel overwhelmed by some activities, yours and or your families, learn to say no. Learn to say no, guys. Eliminate an activity that's not absolutely necessary. You may be taking on more responsibility than you can or should handle. Absolutely, it sure is bad. And me and Rebel are so stressed out right now, it's not even funny. If you meet resistance, give reasons why you're making the changes. Be willing to listen to other suggestions and be ready to compromise. Shed the Superman, Superwoman urge. No one is perfect, so don't expect perfection from yourself or others. Like I've always said, don't judge nobody. Nobody's better than nobody. Ask yourself what really needs to be done. How much can I do? Is the deadline realistic? What adjustments can I make? Don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it. Well, that's good advice, but my thing is it's extremely hard to ask for help when we need it, and there's times when we need it more times than others. Because I've always, my whole entire life, um, if I ask for help, my sperm donor always throws it in my face. So, people know that me and Rebel don't ask for help. I mean, we might say what's going on, but we don't never ask for help. I mean, we appreciate whatever help we can get, but we would never ask because, like I said, I've always had it thrown in my face that that don't ask for help. Or if I ask for help growing up or something like that, well, I did this to you and blah, 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 blah. You get a guilt trip. And so I just don't ask for help. Everybody struggles. It don't matter who you are. Everybody struggles. And then, of course, if you have a family or if you have small children, it's extremely hard when you're struggling and they want things or you got a bill to pay or whatever. And times are very hard for everybody. So I think this is just a very important live to go over, to let people know what they can try to do to try to make it a little better. It's just extremely hard right now for everybody. And I pray for each and every one of you guys that the struggle, the struggle is most definitely real. And, I hate not being able to do certain things because you're struggling all the time, and I'm just saying for me as an example, me and Rebel, there's a lot of people in this world that are struggling, and it's sad because nobody should struggle as much as people do, but they do because you know they try to better themselves, but it winds up smacking them in the face, and it's terrible. So I'm just saying, you're definitely not alone. Definitely not alone. Definitely not alone. It says, ask yourself what really needs to be done. How much can I do? Is the deadline realistic? What adjustments can I make? Don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it. Meditate. Just 10 to 20 minutes of quiet reflection may bring relief from chronic stress, as well as increase your tolerance to it. Use the time to listen to music, relax, and try to think of pleasant things or nothing. Visualize. Use your imagination and picture how you can manage a stressful situation more successfully, whether it's a business presentation or moving to a new place. Many people feel visual rehearsals boost self confidence and enable them to take a more positive approach to a difficult task. Take one thing at a time. For people under tension or stress, their day to day workload can sometimes seem unbearable. Aw, Rift, hugs to you, brother. Yeah, I do too. I do too, Tigers. I really do. I really truly do. And a lot of people say, well, if you need help, ask for it. Well, I feel like bad. I feel bad asking for help. I feel like that it's going to be thrown in my face, or I feel like that people are going to judge me or something because I asked for help. So I just don't ask for help. And if people want to help, like I said, they're more than welcome to. But I just might just tell them our issues and just say thank you for the advice. If people want to help, they can. But I would never ask for help because, like I said, it's always been thrown. It's always been thrown in my face. I completely agree with you. That's like it's my stress, but I'm telling them, so it's kind of like you're being a burden to them, like you're getting on their nerves or whatever. It's like, it's kind of like you want to tell them you want friends to be there for you, but you don't want them to feel like they have to help, if that makes sense. You know, says take one day at a time. For people under tension or stress, their day-to-day workload can sometimes seem unbearable. The best way to cope with this feeling of being overwhelmed is to take one task at a time. Make a list of things you need to get done and start with one task. Once you accomplish that task, choose the next one. The positive feeling of checking off tasks is very satisfying. It will motivate you to keep going. Exercise. Regular exercise is a popular way to relieve stress. 20 to 30 minutes of physical activity benefits both the body and the mind. Hobbies. Take a break from your worries by doing something you enjoy. Whether it's gardening or painting, schedule time to indulge your interest. Share your feelings. A conversation with a friend lets you know that you are not the only one having a bad day. Caring for a sick child or working in a busy office. Stay in touch with friends and family. Ask them how they have dealt with similar situation that may be stressing you out. Let them provide love, support, and guidance. Don't try to cope alone. I know, like I said, that's easier said than done. Be flexible. If you find you're meeting constant opposition in either your personal or professional life, rethink your position or strategy. Arguing only intensifies stressful feelings. Make allowances for others' opinions and be prepared to compromise. If you're willing to be accommodating, others may meet you halfway. Not only will you reduce your stress, you may find better solutions to your problems. Go easy with criticism. You may expect too much of yourself and others. Try not to feel frustrated, disappointed, or even trapped when another person does not measure up. The other person may be a coworker, spouse, or child whose behavior you are trying to change or don't agree with. Avoid criticisms about character such as "you're so stubborn," and try providing constructive suggestions for how someone might do something differently. Where to get help. If you think that you or someone you know may be under more stress than just dealing with passing difficulty, it may be helpful to talk with your doctor, caregiver person, or employee assistance professional. They may suggest you visit with psychiatrist, psychologist, social worker, or other qualified counselor. If you or someone you know is struggling in a crisis, help is available. Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. You can also reach crisis text line by texting MHA to 741 or dial 911 for immediate assistance. Ideas to consider when talking with a professional. List the things which cause stress and tension in your life. How does the stress and tension affect you, your family, and your job? How you identify the stress and tensions in your life as short or long term? Do you have a support system of family and friends that will help you make positive changes? What are your biggest obstacles to reducing stress? What are you willing to change or give up for a less stressful and tension-filled life? What have you tried already that didn't work for you? All right, guys, let me drop this down. Let me get the other one. Hopefully, this information that we're covering right now is, helpful. Is helpful. Okay, hold on just a second, guys. Give me just a second, guys. Okay. Oh, you gotta wait a few more days. Daggone it, that sucks. Okay, this one's our last one, and I think this is very important. Like Riff was saying, stress is bad, which stress is bad. But I think this is very important information that we're getting ready to cover. I just had to pull it up on my computer. And then we'll be done after I go over this information. Can y'all see that, or do I need to make that a little bit bigger? Hello, Miss Cindy, to you. Good to see you, honey. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being in here, darling. If y'all haven't hit the like, share, subscribe, please do so. So you think it's good? You see it okay? Let me see. Okay, there we go. I think it's a little bit better. That sucks, Shrift. All right, it says stress symptoms, signs, and causes. What is stress? Like we covered, coping strategies and, like well-being and mental health when it comes to stress. Now, this is actually signs, stress symptoms, signs, and causes. So I think this goes hand in hand with what we just covered. Chronic stress can take a heavy toll on your mind, body, and behavior. But by identifying the stressors in your life and distinguishing eustress from distress, you can reduce its harmful effects. Hold on just a minute, guys. Let me get a sip of water. Lord, it's so stinking hot in here. I don't know. I don't know if it's hot where you guys are at, but it is freaking hot here. It's so hot. My AC unit is still screwed up, and we have it on, but it is covered in ice again. We didn't. The landlord never fixed it last year. Oh, I hate to hear that, sweetheart. I'll be praying for your daughter. Um, you know, if you're, they like to say, because, this is just what I've heard. I don't know. This is possible advice that you might be able to use, or maybe might be able to look into it. I've heard if somebody is having that have mental issues and that are on like drugs real bad or something like that their parent or guardian, or even if they're over the age of 18, can request to put their family member in to get them help. I think you can. Don't 100% quote me, but I think there is some kind of something out there. You could probably call somebody and find out. If she refuses to go and she needs the help, there is a way around. I'm not really for sure what it's called, but I know there's something out there. You could probably ask a doctor or a psychiatrist or something like that. There is something out there that if you are really concerned about your daughter's life and well-being, you can call, and they might be able to say, hey, just can you bring her in without, her knowing, or whatever, or they can come get her, or just whatever. The mental health and drug addiction, it's extremely scary, especially when you have both of them hand in hand. I've never been on drugs. No offense to nobody that has. I don't judge. But I've never, I just suffer with a lot of mental health. But having both of those, I could just imagine. Well, I don't really want to imagine. It's probably very bad. And that's what I said. There might be a way. Don't quote me, but there might be a way that you can get her help, even if she denies it, because her mindset is, messed up right now. She called and told me that she was going to the ER and had 6 stitches in her hand because she punched a mirror and her hand went through the mirror. Oh my gosh. I'll definitely be praying for your daughter, honey. I hope that she gets her help that she needs, honey. I hope she does. We're all about supporting one another in here, so please keep me updated. I will definitely pray for her. If you don't mind you don't have to put the first and last name, but if you don't mind putting her first name in there, I will definitely say a prayer for her, and hopefully she will get the help that she needs. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Everybody's life matters, and everybody needs help. It don't matter. We don't stress. We don't, you know, we stress, but what I'm saying is we don't judge in here. We, we support one another. We encourage another. We motivate one another. If we're able to get, some sort of help to somebody, we most definitely will try our best to be there and get them the help that they need. So, just try your best. If there's a way to get her some help, I think she really, really needs it. So I would definitely be praying for your daughter, honey. Definitely be praying for your daughter. Yeah, y'all say a little prayer for Miss Cindy to you, his daughter, if you don't care. I know everybody needs prayers. What is stress? Stress is your body's way of responding to any kind of demand or threat. When you sense danger, whether it's real or imagined, the body defenses kick into high gear in a rapid automatic process known as the fight or flight reaction to the stress response. The stress response is the body's way of protecting you. When working properly, it helps you stay focused, energetic, and alert. In emergency situations, stress can save your life, giving you extra strength to defend yourself, for example, or spurring you to slam on the brakes to avoid a car accident. You're fine, Rift. You're good. Stress can have other positive aspects, sometimes referred to as eustress. For example, it can help you rise to meet challenges such as keeping you on your toes during a presentation at work, sharpening your concentration when you're attempting a game-winning free throw, or driving you to study for an exam when you'd rather be watching TV. But while not all stress is bad for you, beyond a certain point, it stops being helpful and starts to cause major damage. Absolutely, absolutely, guys. I'm sure she appreciates the prayers. Stress that feels overwhelming can have a negative impact on your health, mood, productivity, relationships, and your quality of life. If you frequently find yourself feeling frazzled and overwhelmed, it's time to take action and to bring your nervous system back into balance. You can protect yourself and improve how you think and feel by learning how to recognize the signs and symptoms of chronic stress and taking steps to reduce its harmful effects. Yes, y'all, please pray for Veronica. That's Miss Cindy to you's daughter. Please lift Miss Veronica up in your prayers, and hopefully she will be able to get the help that she really needs. She really needs. How stress works, the stress response. When you feel threatened or in danger, your body's stress or fight or flight response is automatically triggered. Your nervous system releases a flood of stress hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol, which rouse the body for emergency action. That's exactly right, Riff. That's sad to say, but what you're saying is exactly right. You know, uh, it's unfortunately people let it go on too long, and it's just basically consumed them, and it's very, very sad because you things shouldn't consume a person that much. There's always some kind of help out there, but try to get the help before it gets too bad that the drug is consuming, if that makes sense. Hello, Night Demon. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Your heart pounds faster, muscles tighten, blood pressure rises, breath quickens, and your sense becomes sharper. These physical changes increase your strength and stamina, speed up your reaction time, and enhance your focus, preparing you to either fight or flee from the danger at hand. Yes, that is actually a beautiful name. Stress doesn't always look stressful. Psychologist Connie Lyas uses a driving analogy to describe the three most common ways people respond when they're Overwhelmed by stress, foot on the gas, an angry, agitated, or fight response, stress response. You're heated, keyed up, and overly emotional and unable to sit still. Wow. This is pretty interesting. This is pretty interesting, guys. I'm sure y'all have come across that before. Had a lead foot is how we call it. Had a lead foot. All right, let's see what the next one is. Foot on the brake, a withdrawn, depressed, or flight response, stress response. You shut down, pull away, space out, and show very little energy or emotion. Foot on both, a tense or freeze stress response. You become frozen under pressure and can't do anything. You look paralyzed, but under the surface, you're extremely agitated. Eustress versus distress. It can be helpful to think of stress as being on a spectrum. At one end, you have eustress or positive stress, a manageable level of stress that can motivate you to meet challenges at work, school, or in your personal life. While eustress may take you out of your comfort zone, it can help you meet the challenge of a job interview or first date, for example, or complete a project at school or work. That means stretching yourselves and learning new skills. On the other end of the spectrum, you have distress, the stress that makes you feel overwhelmed. This negative stress can damage your mood and outlook, disrupt your sleep, and trigger health issues such as depression and anxiety. Distress occurs when you feel you're under more stress than you can handle, whether it's from feeling too busy at work, not having enough money, or suffering an illness or bereavement. Oh my gosh, that is so horrible, Miss Cindy. That's so sad, sweetheart. I hate to hear that, honey. And it's just heartbreaking that they wait until something bad happens to help. That's horrible. That's horrible. I am so sorry, honey. See, the mental health system in the States or overseas or whatever, it's just so screwed up. People, you know, there's so many people that suffer with, addiction or mental health or just, stress or whatever. There's so many people that suffer. If, we could just be a difference in somebody's life and say, hey, I'll go with you or whatever, because, you know, the doctors won't do nothing. But if you have a second person telling the doctors the same thing, maybe they might do something. It's just very sad day that we live in, that we can't get the medical help that we need until something bad happens. It's horrible. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. I don't know which state you're in, but I am so sorry. I would definitely pray. I wish there was something that could be done to, that we could, that we could, like a petition or something. But I'm not, I mean, I could do a petition, but I don't know who all would sign it, but just to get somebody to why, people's lives matter. They're not alone, they matter. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. See, I'm in Virginia, and they're pretty good. I mean, they're good to a certain extent, if that makes sense. That they are good to a certain extent. To a certain extent. Absolutely, Summer Thunder. Like I've been saying since day one, people are afraid. People are afraid to ask for help, like we was just talking about a few minutes ago. And people are afraid to get some kind of medical diagnosis, as in mental health or whatever, because they're afraid that people are going to look down on them. People are going to judge them. People are, they're not going to get the help they need. And it's terrible. There are so many people that are suffering with mental health and addiction and, just all kinds of different things that they just brush it under the rug, like Summer Thunder said, and don't speak about it. And then, unfortunately, bad things happen, and because people wasn't there to support them, you know. So we are all about supporting one another in here. If we could do anything to help, do anything to help whatsoever, even if we could just pray for her. We definitely will. We definitely will. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, Miss Sandy. She's more than welcome if she would like to. She's more than welcome to come in here. It's just a positive place. We don't judge nobody. We like to try to give advice and just help people and let them know that they're not alone. Send out emails or whatever. Just to be a caring person. This world's got too much hate and it needs more love in it. So that's what this channel's all about. You know. So I will definitely keep her in your prayers, and hopefully she will get the help that she needs, because I'm sure it's really, really getting to you, honey, because she's not getting no help. So I pray very hard that it doesn't come down to what you were saying. I pray very hard that she can get the help that she needs. Very much so. It says distress occurs when you feel you're under more stress than you can handle, whether it's from fleeing too busy at work, not having enough money, or suffering an illness or bereavement. Everyone experiences stress differently. Absolutely. Yes, I would love to too. I mean, just give her like words of encouragement. Just tell her it's okay, that her life matters. Hold on a minute, guys. What in the world? Hold on. What in the world? Hold on a minute, guys. I don't know. Absolutely. You're welcome, Miss Cindy. Hold on. I've lost my spot. It went rolling and I don't know where I stopped at. Give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm still here. Oh, Lord. Let me see. Give me just a second, guys. I'm still here. Hold on just a minute. All right, there we go. We're back. Sorry about that. Distress can make you feel overwhelmed. This negative stress can damage your mood and outlook, disrupt your sleep, and trigger health issues such as depression and anxiety. Distress occurs when you feel you're under more stress than you can handle, whether it's from fleeing too busy at work, not having enough money, or suffering an illness or bereavement. Okay. Everyone experiences stress differently. If your individual perception of stress can also affect whether you experience positive eustress or negative distress in a situation. For example, if an impending work deadline leaves you feeling worried, exhausted, and overwhelmed by, you likely experience distress. On the other hand, if the same impending deadline makes you feel excited about the positive effect it could have on your career, then stress you experience is more likely to be eustress. Oh my gosh, that's awful. I wonder why. That's crazy, not demon. Well, I mean, I know the struggle's real. I've been fighting for disability for 12 years. I actually have a court date in July, and I'm hoping it finally goes in my freaking favor. It'd be wonderful. It'd be wonderful. Let's see. Dang it. Wish this would quit. If you're having the same implementing deadline makes you feel excited by the positive effects it could have on your career, then stress you experience is more likely eustress, motivating and helpful. Similarly, something that's stressful for one person may not phrase someone else. They may even enjoy it. While some of us are terrified of getting up in front of people to speak For example, others live for the spotlight, and while you may enjoy helping to care for your elderly parents, your siblings may find the demands of caretaking overwhelming and stressful. Thank you so much to Kiki and Lily Show, honey. How stress can make you sick, like physically sick, and sometimes it puts people in the hospital, you know. Hello, Joanne. Good to see you, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well, love. We're just in here covering like stress and how you cope with stress and stuff like that. So good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. Your nervous system isn't very good at distinguishing between emotional and physical threats. If you're super stressed over an argument with a friend, a work deadline, or a mounting of bills, your body can react just as strongly as if you're facing a true life or death situation. And the more your emergency stress symptoms is activated, the easier it becomes to trigger, making it harder to shut off. If you tend to get stressed out frequently, like many of us in today's demanding world, your body may exist in a heightened state of stress most of the time. And that can lead to serious health problems. Chronic stress disrupts nearly every system in your body. It can suppress your immune system, upset your digestive and reproductive systems, increase the risk of heart attack and stroke, and speed up the aging process. Oh, honey, I know. Absolutely not, Demon. I'm right there with you, buddy. It can even rewire the brain, leaving you more vulnerable to anxiety, depression, and other mental health problems. Health problems caused by exacerbated by stress include number 1, depression and anxiety. Number 2, pain of any kind. Number 3, sleep problems such as insomnia. Number 4, autoimmune disease. Number 5, digestive problems. Number 6, skin conditions such as eczema, skin rash, or hives. Number 7, heart disease and high blood pressure. Number 8, weight problems. Number 9, reproductive issues. And number 10, thinking and memory problems. Signs and symptoms of chronic stress. When you're stressed out, the hormones produced by your body in a stressful situation can trigger a variety of physical and emotional responses. And here's the emotional responses, guys. Give me just a second. It's so stinking hot here. You may feel sick or dizzy, anxious, worried, or nervous, or become tense, angry, short-tempered, or even despairing. Physically, you may react by sweating excessively, experiencing muscle aches, chest pains, blurred eyesight, or itching skin. It's been a long day, Rift, and this heat just makes you drained. But many symptoms of stress can be less immediately noticeable. That's because the most dangerous thing about stress is how easily it can creep up on you. In fact, oh, I know, I love my sweet tea. In fact, many of us simply get used to it. After a while, feeling constantly stressed can start to feel familiar, even normal. Flat-chested female, welcome. Thank you so much, honey. I hope you're doing well, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Love seeing new faces in here. Welcome, darling. You don't notice how much it's affecting you, even as it takes a heavy toll on your health and well-being. Thank you so much, Miss Cindy. Thank you so much, honey. That's why it's important to be aware of the common symptoms of excessive stress. These include cognitive symptoms, memory problems, inability to concentrate, poor judgment, seeing only the negative, anxious or racing thoughts, constant worrying. Emotional symptoms, depression or general unhappiness, anxiety and agitation, moodiness, irritability, or anger, feeling overwhelmed, loneliness and isolation, other mental or emotional health problems, physical symptoms, aches and pains, diarrhea or constipation, nausea, dizziness, chest pain, rapid heart rate, loss of sex drive, frequent cold or flu, behavior symptoms, eating more or less, sleeping too much or too little, withdrawing from others. That's one thing that I do a lot, and I don't mean to. It's just when you're fighting with yourself and you're stressed out, it's very hard not to withdraw. Procrastinating or neglecting responsibilities, using alcohol, cigarettes, or drugs to relax, nervous habits, nail biting, pacing, etc. Is it stress or anxiety? Stress and anxiety are closely connected. They share many similar symptoms such as muscle tension, moodiness, and sleep concentration, and digestive problems. In fact, overwhelming stress can lead to anxiety and panic attacks. However, stress is often caused by a specific trigger or yes, I love my sweet tea. Trigger or stressors such as work pressure, a breakup, or financial problems. Once the circumstances change, the stress usually starts to ease up. An anxiety disorder, on the other hand, doesn't necessarily have a specific trigger, and the feelings of unease often remain even when the circumstances have changed and the stressors is resolved. Causes of stress. The situation and pressures that cause stress are known as stressors. Well, not doing, you might have to go to the doctor, honey, and see if you can get somebody to talk to or just see, tell them your symptoms and maybe you might be able to get you some help. We usually think of stressors as being negative, such as exhausting work schedule or a rocky relationship. However, anything that puts high demands on you can be stressful. This includes positive events such as getting married, buying a house, going to college, or receiving a promotion. Of course, not all stress is caused by external factors. Stress can also be internal or self-generated. When you worry excessively about something that may or may not happen or have irrational pessimistic thoughts about life. Finally, what causes stress depends, at least in part, of your perception of it. Something that's stressful to you may not face someone else. They may even enjoy it. While some of us are terrified of getting up in front of people to perform or speak, for example, others live for the spotlight. Where one person thrives under pressure and performs best in the face of a tight deadline, another will shut down when work demands escalate. And while you may enjoy helping to care for your elderly parents, your siblings may find the demands of caretaking overwhelming and stressful. Common external causes of stress include major life changes, work or school problems, relationship difficulties, financial troubles. I know that one real well. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much, flat chested. You too, sweetheart. You too. Being too busy, children and family. Common internal causes of stress include pessimism, a negative outlook on life, inability to accept uncertainty, rigid thinking, lacks of flexibility, negative self talk, unrealistic expectations, perfectionism, all or nothing attitude. Top 10 stressful life events. According to widely validated Holmes and Rye stress scale, these are the top 10 stressful life events for adults that can contribute to an illness: death of a spouse, divorce, marriage separation, imprisonment, death of a close family member, injury or illness, marriage, job loss, marriage reconciliation, retirement. What's stressful for you? Whatever event or situation is stressing you out, there are ways of coping with the problem and regaining your balance. Some of life's most common sources of stress include stress at work. While some workplace stress is normal, excessive stress can interfere with your productivity and performance, impact your physical and emotional health, and affect your relationships at home and home life. It can even determine the difference between success and failure on the job. Whatever your ambitions or work demands, there are steps you can take to protect yourself from the damaging effects of stress, improve your job satisfaction, and bolster your well being in and out of the workplace. Job loss and unemployment stress. Losing a job is one of life's most stressful experiences. It's normal to feel angry, hurt, or depressed. Grief for all that you've lost or feel anxious about what the future holds. Job loss and unemployment involves a lot of change all at once, which can rock your sense of purpose and self esteem. While the stress can seem overwhelming, there are many steps you can take to come out of this difficult period stronger, more resistant, and with a renewed sense of purpose. Financial stress, which I know a lot of people are going through this right now, a lot of people. Many of us from all over the world and from all walks of life are having to deal with financial stress and uncertainty. At this difficult time, whether your problems stem from loss of work, escalating debt, unexpected expenses, or a combination of factors, financial worry is one of the most common stressors in modern life. But there are ways to get through these tough economic times, ease stress and anxiety, and regain control of your finances. Retirement, no matter how much you've been looking forward to it, retiring from work can bring stress as well as benefits. Escaping the daily grind and a long commute can seem like a great relief at first, but after a few months, you may miss a sense of identity, meaning, and purpose that came with work, the structure it gave your days, and the social aspect of having coworkers. To help you through the stress of retirement, there are healthy ways to make adjustments and deal with this major life change. Caregiver stress. We're almost done, guys. The demands of caregiving can be overwhelming, especially if you feel that you are in over your head or have little control over the situation. If the stress of caregiving is left unchecked, it can take a toll on your health, relationships, and state of mind, eventually leading to a burnout. However, there are plenty of things you can do to rein in the stress of caregiving and regain a sense of balance, joy, and hope in your life. Grief and loss. I know a lot of people, all of us have had some kind of grief and loss. Coping with the loss of someone or something you love is one of life's biggest stressors. Often the pain and stress of loss can feel overwhelming. You may experience all kinds of difficult and unexpected emotions, from shock or anger to disbelief, guilt, and profound sadness. While there is no right or wrong way to grieve, there are healthy ways to cope with the pain that in time can ease your sadness and help you come to terms with your loss. Find new meaning and move on with your life. How much stress is too much? Because of the widespread damage stress can cause, it's important to know your own limit. But just how much stress is too much differs from person to person. Some people seem to be able to roll with life's punches, while others tend to crumble in the face of small obstacles or frustrations. Some people even thrive on the excitement of a high stress lifestyle. Not me. Hell no. Factors that influence your stress tolerance level include your support network. A strong network of supportive friends and family members is an enormous buffer against stress. When you have people you can count on, life's pressures don't seem as overwhelming. On the flip side, the lonelier and the more isolated you are, the greater your risk of succumbing to stress. Your sense of control. If you have confidence in yourself and your ability to influence, advance, and persevere through challenges, it's easier to take stress in stride. On the other hand, if you believe that you have little control over your life, that you are at the mercy of your own environment and circumstances, stress is more likely to knock you off course. Your attitude and outlook. The way you look at life and its inevitable challenges makes a huge difference in your ability to handle stress. If you're generally hopeful and optimistic, you'll be less vulnerable. Stress hardy people tend to embrace challenges, have stronger sense of humor, believe in a higher purpose, and accept change as an inevitable part of life. Your ability to deal with your emotions. If you don't know how to calm and soothe yourself when you're feeling sad, angry, or troubled, you're more likely to become stressed and agitated. Having the ability to identify and deal appropriately with your emotions can increase your tolerance to stress and help you bounce back from adversity. Your knowledge and preparation. The more you know about a stressful situation, including how long it will last, and what to expect, the easier it is to cope. For example, if you go into surgery with a realistic picture of what to expect post op, a painful recovery will be less stressful than if you were expecting to bounce back immediately. How well do you handle stress in your life? Well, me, and just my opinion, I don't. I don't. I hate it. I don't. It makes my anxiety and my panic go high, and it's terrible. Ask yourself which of these statements apply to you. Have people I confide in when I'm feeling under pressure who make me feel better. I feel comfortable expressing how I feel when something is bothering me. In general, I feel in control of my life and confident in my ability to handle what comes my way. I find reasons to laugh and feel grateful even when going through difficulties. No matter how busy I am, I make it a priority to sleep, exercise, and eat right. I'm able to calm myself down when I start to feel overwhelmed. That's easier said than done, guys, honestly. Each yes answer represents an important stress coping skill. Each no represents an area to work on to better deal with stress and become more resistant. Improving your ability to handle stress. Improving how well you handle stress means building your resistance. The more resilient you are, the better you're able to not just tolerate stress, but also cope with uncertainty and adversity and rebound from setbacks in life. Resistance isn't a quality that you're either born with or not, rather than it's something you can learn to build over time. Building resistance can help you stay focused and productive in stressful circumstances. Improve how well you communicate under pressure. Feel more confident when facing hardships, setbacks, and uncertainty. Maintain control of your emotions when you're stressed out, even strong ones like anger or despair. Tips to relieve stress and build resistance. Hopefully, the information we're covering so far is helping you guys. We only got just a little bit left. Please hit the like on y'all's way in, share, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Get moving. Upping your activity level is one of the tactics you can employ right now to help relieve stress and start to feel better. Regular exercise can lift your mood and serve as a distraction from worries, allowing you to break out of the cycle of negative thoughts that feed stresses. Rhythmic exercises such as walking, running, swimming, and dancing are particularly effective, especially if you exercise mindfully, focusing your attention on the physical sensations you experience as you move. Connect to others. The simple act of talking face to face with another human can trigger hormones that relieve stress when you're feeling agitated or insecure. Even just a brief exchange of kind words or a friendly look from another human being can help calm and soothe your nervous system. So spend time with people who improve your mood and don't let your relationships keep you from having a social life. If you don't have any close relationships or your relationships are the source of your stress, make it a priority to build stronger and more satisfying connections. Engage your stresses. Another fast way to relieve stress is by engaging one or more of your senses: sight, sound, taste, smell, touch, or movement. The key is to find the sensory input that works for you. Does listening to an uplifting song make you feel calm, or smelling ground coffee, or maybe petting an animal that works quickly to make you feel centered? Everyone responds to sensory input a little different, so experiment to find what works best for you. Good night, love you. Learn to relax. You can't completely eliminate stress from your life, but you can control how much it affects you. Relaxation techniques such as yoga, meditation, and deep breathing advocate the body's relaxation response, a state of restfulness that is the polar opposite of the stress response. When practiced regularly, these activities can reduce your everyday stress levels and boost feelings of joy and serenity. They also increase your ability to stay calm and collected under pressure. Eat a healthy diet. The food you eat can improve or worsen your mood and affect your ability to cope with life's stressors. Eating a diet full of processed and convenient foods, refried carbs, and sugary snacks can worsen symptoms of stress, while a diet rich in fresh food and veggies, high quality protein, and omega 3 acids can help you better cope with life's ups and downs. Get your rest. Feeling tired can include or increase stress by causing you to think irrationally. At the same time, chronic stress can disrupt your sleep, whether you're having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep at night. There are plenty of ways to improve your sleep so you feel less stressed and more productive and emotionally balanced. Let's see if that's all of it, guys. All righty. So let me know what you thought about the information that we went over. Y'all think it was useful information? What's your thoughts? You'll let me know what you think about the what we went over. I appreciate it. Y'all think it's pretty useful information? Let me know what y'all think about the information I went over. Well, you're welcome, Night Demon. That's what this is all about. Helping others, cope and get the help that they need and motivate them and encourage them. Right. Absolutely. Y'all are so welcome when we cover topics like this. I mean, there's so many topics out there to cover. So we'll be covering a lot more. We do this absolutely, it sure does, honey. We do this one to two times a week, and then we have the karaoke on Fridays and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if y'all haven't subbed up, please do so. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not Damon. Well, guys, I'm getting ready to get off here. I told you guys it won't be very long. It's been a long day. Felt like it's going to rain, and it's harder than you know what. And it's just, it's nasty. Well, I'm glad that y'all was able to get some useful information out of it. It truly means a lot. That's what we do. I couldn't do what we do with all you amazing and beautiful, fabulous people. So I truly appreciate you guys so much. I truly do. Good night, Night Demon. I'll be praying for you too. I hope all is well. If you haven't filed, I would go ahead and file. But yeah, I would definitely be praying for you as well as Miss Veronica. So, I always say this before I go. You never know what people are going through. You don't know what they're currently going through in their life or what they've been through in their life. Be kind to one another. It doesn't cost a penny to be kind to somebody. Be a difference in somebody's life. Lift each other up. Be there for one another. Support one another. And, just be kind. Nobody's better than nobody. Everybody puts on their clothes the same way. And, so just be kind to one another. This world's got way too much hate and we need more love. So I truly appreciate you guys. Be careful with your words because they might be easily forgiven, not forgotten. Once they're said, people always remember what you've said to them and what you have done for them. That is the truth right there. So y'all have a wonderful. Absolutely. Send me an email, honey. Hold on a minute. Let me get my let me put my email in there before I jump off here, sweetheart. Dang it. Sorry, my bad. I don't even know how to spell. All right. It should put the email in there. Okay, there's the email. You go to Notbot, Miss Cindy. There's my email, but I'll copy and paste it too, so that way I don't know whichever way might be easier for you, honey. Yes, please send me an email. I will try to help. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a doctor or nothing, but I do like to give advice. I do like to help people and support people, and I know that they're not alone in this world that we live in. So please, please send me an email, honey. But y'all have a wonderful night. Be careful with your words because they might be easily forgiven, not forgotten once they're said. Like I said, be kind to one another. It doesn't cost anything to be kind to somebody. So y'all have a wonderful night. Rebel said he goes live tomorrow sometime. He said he thinks it might be open to panel. He's not for sure. But if y'all haven't subbed up to Rebel, let me go ahead and grab his stream or his link very quick. I know you'll more than likely are, but just in case, if there's somebody watching that would like to have his link, more than welcome. And get it. All right. Okay, there's Rebel's link. Thank you, Summer Thunder. Y'all sub up to Rebel if y'all haven't done so. That's my husband. He does true crime and he does game nights. So y'all go over there and give him some love and support. And I will see you guys Friday, and Saturday is our karaoke at 9 p.m. And I want to tell you guys this real quick. I put in my community post, but I don't know if everybody's seen it. But if you sing karaoke, just please make sure that you do not send or you do not use the original, even if it's like a lyric, but the original song. It has to be some sort of karaoke song for it not to be struck. That's why my channel didn't get struck, but that's why nobody can see the Friday or the Saturday night karaoke, because it was blocked in all territories and there's no way for me to remove it. So I'm just saying, if y'all want to sing, which you're more than welcome to, just make sure that you pick a song that is actually a karaoke song and not by the original artist. Even if it's a lyric song, it still can be blocked in all territories because that is not really a karaoke song. The songs with lyrics are just, just a song playing and it's got lyrics on the screen. It's kind of like karaoke, but it has the singer with it. So, yes, that's just a little bit of useful information. If you are watching the replay, please leave me a like, share, subscribe, comment. Love to see comments. So, y'all, please leave me a comment. I answer all of them. So, I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. Like I said, sub up to Rebel if y'all haven't done so. He's going live tomorrow. I think he said something about open pen. I'm not really for sure. But I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys Friday for karaoke at 9 p.m. Eastern. I will also see y'all in White Trash Family for, I think it's heavy metal at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So y'all have a wonderful night. And hopefully this information helped you guys. And I will see you guys very soon. Have a good night and God bless. Love y'all.